Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear, leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in the coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the weight of the enormous, of all the dirt that's laying on the coffin, but you can't because it's just too heavy. You then tried banging on the lid to hopefully unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody will notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are probably people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? If that's not bad enough, to take your life away from the people that love and care for you most. Your mother, your father, brother, sister, husband, wife, children, even your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm speaking about that went to their grave without seeking help. Instead, pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I will help you take your life back, for your life is gone. Don't forget to take your slippers off at night, and when you do, stick them under your bed, not by the edge of your bed. That way in the morning you'll be forced to drop down to your knees to look for those slippers. And when you drop down to your knees, utilize that time to speak to God. I call it knee-mail, K-N-E-E-mail. It's when you speak to God and ask God for guidance and direction, for mercy and forgiveness. It's the time when you thank God for having a home, clothing, food, health, relationships, family. Use an email each and every morning when you retrieve those slippers, and you will see the power of prayer eventually, in God's own time, will answer all single prayers that you give, because the power of prayer is stronger than any king or any ruler in the world. The power of prayer and also an email combined will get you back on track, will help you take your life back. I came up with this thing that I want to talk about because how many times do people make excuses for drinking? Well, hold on one second, but I want to discuss 39, at least, excuses for not drinking. I keep a Rolodex of diverse excuses to make people shut up when they won't stop pressuring me to drink. From the hilarious to somber. A man holding a few alcoholic drinks. Really? Not even one, he'll say to you? Other people shouldn't have a problem with you saying no to a drink. Unfortunately, as with many scenarios in life, no is not always accepted as the final answer. There may be people who, for reasons of their own, will pressure you to take that first drink. The fear of this pressure can be discourage someone from attending events that their old drinking buddies are likely to go to. And that's where I want to discuss the 39 different excuses not to drink. I do not suggest using these excuses as a way to manipulate someone, but I do encourage keeping a Rolodex of diverse excuses to make people shut up, even when they won't stop pressuring you to drink. Not everyone wants to disclose alcoholism. So what can you say to make people leave you alone? There are a lot of options, from hilarious to somber. The basics. Most people don't care about other people's choice of beverage. For these likely folks, a basic response should suffice for when they have asked you more than once. You should be able to say, no, really, no thank you. Or, nah, I'm good. I'm not drinking right now. It could get awkward. If you're anything like me, you enjoy a good, uncomfortable, awkward moment. It can be the best comedy fodder for despairing tension in a room. To capitalize on an awkward moment, try one of these responses. Laugh loudly. Pause for a moment too long. Continue laughing. Abruptly stop laughing and solemnly declare no. Share at them in silent confusion. Laugh loudly, then pat them on the back as you walk away, continuing to laugh. It gives me stomach issues. No thanks. Pause before continuing calmly. The gas produced in my intestines by alcohol is something no one should experience. Pause again and again, and with a dignified, really, it's quite horrifying, the issues I get with my stomach. Tilt your head in expiration. Hashtag, it ain't any, nobody got time for that in life, to have those stomach issues, so I prefer not to drink. Try to be funny in your responses. When asked for the 9th time that you should have a drink, turn down the offer with a joke. I have spilled more booze than you could ever get drunk. Yikes. Let's not risk it. I make stupid decisions when I'm stoned. My coordination leaves a lot to be desired as it is. No need to make it even worse with drinking. I've dabbled in alcoholism and it didn't work for me, you could say. I just don't have time to end up in the drunk tank tonight. I'm allergic to booze. It causes me to break out in handcuffs. I'm an all nothing kind of person. So for today, it'll be nothing. You know how I am sober? Do you really want to see me drunk? Talk about health. Come up with excuses about health. Perhaps someone means well with their persistent check-in about whether you're sure don't want something to drink. If you want to placate their anxiety about why you're not nibbling at that drink, try a health excuse like the following. Say that you are on antibiotics. Casually mention that you had to take some medicine and can't get drunk tonight. Drinking gives me headaches, you could say. I'm allergic to alcohol. I don't feel well. No, thank you. I'm trying to lose weight. You could also use excuses that go in the line of dropping some knowledge. Maybe someone won't respond to anything subjective. In these cases, some well-balanced, placed knowledge might be the only effective deterrent to get them to stop asking you. For those instances, try one of these suggestions. While alcohol is a sedative, hypnotic, in the acute intoxication for many drinkers, I experience a significant increase in sleep apnea oxygen deprivation. As such, I cannot risk it. I am of the upset who experiences vascular constriction with alcohol consumption, intensifying already debilitating migraine headaches. I won't subject myself to more pain. I am a compulsive individual. Alcohol's damaging effect on the gamma antibiotic acid neurotransmitting slows down my executive functioning, and my compulsive reactions turn into risk behavior that threatens the safety of all living things within my vicinity. That is knowledge. How about the sleigh haters? For I don't like to use the word, but when a butthole won't stop, I am full of support of well-placed and smartly executed insult to knock someone down a peg. A subtle remark can do the trick too. Plus, having a witty comeback readily takes away the emotional anger that can appear in the moment of the altercation threatening my sobriety. A note. Please practice common sense and maybe don't try these to get people violently angry. I much prefer to experience life in HD. I don't need alcohol to cover up my inadequacies. I care about myself and my family and friends too much to drink poison. Didn't you hear me the first time, I should say. You need a hobby aside from annoying me. Why knowingly and willingly drink something that makes one weak and sick? No, but I would love a glass of ice water. I find it really helps me to mind my own business. Should I order you one? If someone is invading your space and hitting on you, slash their dreams by letting them know beer goggles, no matter how strong of a prescription, would not make me attracted to you. Stop wasting your time and mine. It tastes like rancid sewer rat pee. Get out of my face with your foul rodent urine. Now be careful when you say these things, if you say these things. I wouldn't say any of them. If you say these things, it could lead to excessive, insulting, even worse, violence. Connect spiritually. Maybe it's one of those nights out when you're drinking. You would have spent all night jabbering about the meaning of life and the number of stars in the sky. Don't let go of those deep conversations. If you don't want to, feel free to get spiritual with your excuse for not drinking. I gave up drinking for a while of life that works better for me. I realized I don't fully experience intoxicating beauty of Mother Earth when I'm fogged up with being chemically intoxicated. I found myself a new higher power, and alcohol doesn't mix well. Just be honest with your responses to people. One of the suggestions above might ring true for you, but maybe you're more of a straight shooter. Whether you are dealing with someone who doesn't take BS or wants you to squash the question once and for all, there's always the option of honesty. I'm a recovering alcoholic. That would be my response, because that's the transparency I choose to go by. Let them know with your most horrifying drunk tale from the past. Maybe it'll set in their future. It will scare them out of ever asking you to drink again. I could drink, but I know the consequences, so I decide not to drink anymore. Maybe I should write down for you, I do not drink alcohol, so stop telling me to have a drink, please. This is what it is. I go by the transparency. My story helps you. My stories teach people that people can truly not only change, but can give up alcoholism. Give up alcohol when they have a disease called alcoholism. Not even one drink, because one drink could set you back to the old ways again. So those are the 39 excuses that I have come up not to drink. I don't recommend that you try any of all of them except for the spiritual ones and the honest ones. I certainly don't want to suggest you to be disrespectful for people that keep asking you. But if you politely explain to them that you have a disease called alcoholism, or you even have a drug addiction, that is the best remedy of squashing someone from asking you. And if you have to, repeat it over and over again until they stop asking you. Let today be the first day of your new life. Let today be the first of many days for you to communicate with God while you're on your knees getting those slippers. And remember, a sober today promises a better tomorrow. And if anything, call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I will help you take your life back before your life is gone. Let today be the first day. Anyone, everyone, all can change, even you, and may God bless you.
and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have ready for you, will ask you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small.